Thank you guys always so much for watching us here at Excel Performance Training for this week's Thrive Training Tip. Now we're coming up into baseball season, track season. We've got our overhead athletes that are doing a lot of work right now. What I want to show you guys is something very simple you can use to help loosen up those shoulders, keep them strong so we can avoid injuries. A lot of times with our athletes, we like to do a lot of the bench press, chest exercises, overhead pressing, but as we're overhead athletes, think of baseball pitchers, our track and field, discus and shot put throwers, this really gets overused, and especially in the world that we live in, we're hunched over all the time. We're on our smartphones, our tablets, hunched over our desk working or at school. What we need to do is open up those tissues so that way we can get a better range of motion out of our shoulder. We can make sure that it's in the proper position so we can avoid any kind of shoulder impingements that's going to lead to injury. It's all about training smart and staying safe. So all you need to do this is a lacrosse ball. You can use a tennis ball, a baseball, just something that's round that's really going to be able to get into these tissues. We talked about last week about foam rolling, that releasing all those knots in the tissues. This is foam rolling, but it's going to be more like a sniper rifle. A foam roller is huge. It's kind of like a grenade. We're going after a bunch of tissues at one time. This is our pinpoint area that we're going after, so it's going to really wake you up a little bit in some of these areas. So what we have our athletes do is start out by setting the shoulder back. So we want to squeeze the shoulder blade back and down so we can make sure that the shoulder's in a good position. We don't want to be rounded forward like that. So we set the shoulder back, then we have them bring their arm behind their back. We're going to have them put the lacrosse ball against the wall or floor right there where the chest meets the shoulder, and we're just going to press. We're going to find these tight areas just like we talked about last week, and we're just going to press them into the lacrosse ball. Just breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Then we're going to move it down just a little bit further right there where that pec attaches to the shoulder, and this will wake you up, guys. This is really tight on most people. And we're just going to work down the tissues. Just like we talked about last week also, we can kind of flex the muscle and then relax deeper into the tissue. Squeeze, just contract, and then relax and just push deeper into it. We don't want to hold our breath as we're doing this. Again, that's just going to make everything get a lot tighter, and that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to break up any tissue adhesions that we have, little knots or trigger points, so that way it can open up this chest more and we can get that better range of motion and loosen everything up. So we're just going to keep that arm crossed. We're going to roll up and down the pec, guys, just working this area right here with this lacrosse ball, golf ball, baseball, whatever you have to really kind of dig in there. Now, whenever you're doing something like this, when it's really pinpoint, if you get any kind of numbness, tingling, or anything like that in your arm, stop, kind of reset your shoulder, and reposition the implement that you're using to open up these tissues. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This should be something that everybody, not just overhead athletes, do to help open up those shoulders, get you moving better and feeling better so you can perform at your best. Check us out on our website, excelperformancetraining.com. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, please give us a call at 918-9494-223. Now back to you guys in the studio.